The final section that's included in most credit reports is the inquiries. Inquiries are people who have looked into your credit. Most often, it's from people who you apply for credit. And so you say, hey, you go to the car dealer and you say, I want to buy that car. And then they say, well, gosh, we need to check your credit, see what your credit's like. When they do that, there's a record of that on your credit report showing who asked for your credit. Now, the reason it's there in general is because if you have a lot of inquiries within a relatively short amount of time, there's an indication that you're seeking out credit and maybe you're desperate. And so that kind of goes into the credit score calculation as well. And we're going to talk about that later. But in the inquiry section, it's going to list anyone and everyone who's requested your credit. All right. And we're going to talk about how that impacts your scores. But just for now, just be aware of who is pulling your credit. All right. Now, there may be people that you don't recognize in there. There could be promotional credit inquiries for people who may or may not want to offer you credit who you didn't actually apply to. So just because you don't recognize them doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't have a right to look at it. But just for now, just be aware of the inquiry section. We'll talk about that later in the credit scoring section.